Straight ahead on Channel 8 News, how is social media addiction affecting K-State students? And later, what is Eat the Frog Fitness doing to combine science and technology to give clients next generation workouts? But first, a look at our forecast for today.
Today we're looking at mostly cloudy with a high of 57, but look at the numbers below here. East winds at 8 miles per hour and humidity at 6%. These two numbers are going to be a huge impact later in the show.
This is KKSU LD, broadcasting in high definition from Kansas State University, covering Manhattan, Riley County, and the Flint Hills. You're watching Channel 8 News.
Good morning, Kansas. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Bernie Harkins. Featured in today's show, we will see what the most common side effects of COVID-19 vaccines are. And later, a sneak peek at local housing issues around Manhattan. But first, what are some common addictions facing our generation? Addictions can come in all shapes and sizes, but did you know that a person can have an addiction to social media? That's what Channel 8 reporter Cameron Bradley discovered.
Brenna Monty is your average college student studying at Kansas State University. A hardworking, outgoing student, Monty feels that she struggles in one particular area in her life.
I'm definitely addicted to social media.
That's right, social media addiction, a fairly recent issue that is beginning to garner more attention, especially with young adults.
I definitely haven't always been addicted. I think when I got to college, it was more known that everyone's on social media, and so then I kind of followed the trend and started becoming addicted.
So what exactly is social media addiction? Adam Johnson, the Recovery Services Manager at Pawnee Mental Health, explains.
Social media is a behavioral addiction. It's characterized by being really overly concerned with media, really driven, or have a very uncontrollable urge to use, check, update social media. It involves typically devoting a lot of time and effort, so much so that it actually impairs the other areas of your life.
The average American's social media time has nearly doubled to 2 to 4 hours per day due to the pandemic. But constant scrolling doesn't necessarily mean addiction, as social media addiction researcher and K-State Psychological Science GTA, Angela Rose, explains.
This goes back to kind of the negative consequences that they experience outside of social media. So in real life, maybe your work isn't getting done, maybe you're missing things for school. Those consequences of the behavior are really what tell you that it's an addiction. If you're just on it for a while, but you're not experiencing any negative consequences outside of that, it's probably not going to be diagnosed as an addiction.
Social media sources like this video right here on TikTok can help provide instant gratification. That shot of dopamine can help make a person feel good almost instantly and can become addictive. So, what can a person do if they think they are addicted?
I think one of the best early steps you can make is kind of a cleanse. Taking those social media apps off of your cell phone. For some people, it may involve taking a prolonged break. And so find other things to replace that, things that you are more interested in.
For Monty, she says that she would be interested in taking these steps to help with her time on social media.
Yeah, I would definitely be interested in learning how to reduce my screen time, because I could definitely be spending my time elsewhere rather than on my phone and on social media.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Cameron Bradley.
Nearly 5 to 10% of Americans are affected by social media addiction. If you feel that you may be in this percentile and are looking for help, you can contact Pawnee Mental Health Services using the number listed below. With vaccines well underway, some people have experienced side effects after receiving their vaccine. Madeline Emerson has more.
After receiving the first dose of the Moderna COVID vaccine, K-State student Claire Mirian had the chills, nausea, fatigue, and a sore arm.
I got the shot early in the morning, and I didn't have any side effects right away. However, 3 to 4 hours after I got the shot, I felt so sick.
Most people who have side effects after getting the vaccine only have them anywhere from a few hours to 2 days. The director of the Riley County Health Department and County Health Officer Julie Gibbs says some people will experience a sore arm and fatigue after the first shot.
With the first doses, it's primarily just soreness of the arm. So the next day you'll have a really sore arm, some fatigue, but really not a lot of side effects.
According to Gibbs, the second dose is where the most side effects occur. Some people may have no side effects with either dose of the vaccine. For people who are worried about having side effects after getting the COVID vaccine, Julie recommends trying to have an easy schedule the next day, drinking plenty of water, and getting plenty of rest. Gibbs says that the health department has several doses and they are encouraging people to get the vaccine.
You know, we talk about all these side effects, but these little side effects are far better to have than it would be to get COVID. So please do yourself and other people that you love around you, do them a favor by getting the vaccine.
While the side effects may impact some, Miriam says that for her, it was worth it if it means getting back to normal and staying healthy.
If we do want to get back to normal, if we want to start hanging out with like some people who weren't able to go out because they're highly immunocompromised, or if we want to start going more to in-person classes, if the shot is the only way that we can get back into that like flow of things, and I say it's 100% worth it.
The community can sign up to get their vaccination at RileyCountyKS.gov. In Manhattan, Madeline Emerson, Channel 8 News.
Data from Raleigh County Health Department says that the Lafayette Health Center has fully vaccinated almost 2,000 people, with more than 2,200 people waiting for the second dose. The Raleigh County Health Department has also fully vaccinated more than 9,000 people, with almost 5,000 waiting for their second dose. For the last few years, residents and community members have worked together trying to address housing issues in Manhattan. Our MHK All Day special reporting team has investigated what those solutions are and how they might benefit you.
In the city of Manhattan, several groups are rising up to address persistent issues in the local housing market, like lack of affordability and issues with health and safety in homes that are affordable. One group in particular, Renters Together MHK, looks to support tenants in the community by providing them with a space to share their experiences.
We started the organization really just to allow people to share stories, and those stories begin to kind of create an awareness of like key structural and institutional problems that were happening in our community.
After spending some time learning about issues, Renters Together started looking for solutions. In the last few years, Renters Together has lobbied the city to legislate a mandatory rental inspection for every unit rented in the community. Right now, the city of Manhattan requires landlords to register their properties, but there is no routine inspection process to ensure these rentals are safe and don't have health risks.
Without that regulation, we're trusting just random people who own a house or own an apartment we trust them to provide a safe space for people to live in. And unfortunately, not everybody can provide that.
Recently, there's been push to establish a housing advisory board, which would conduct a housing survey to determine what the current state of housing is in the community. The last formal housing survey was conducted in 2000. Renters and tenants aren't the only ones banding together to find solutions to housing in the community, and some groups aren't waiting for the city to intervene. Using a donation from the Kansas Health Foundation, the Community Solutions to Affordable Housing Group conducted a 2-year study that tried to narrow down the key problems facing people who live and work in Manhattan and how to solve them.
The city didn't tell a group of us to do this. We took it on our own initiative after an informal group of people who regularly got together for coffee and conversation on the problem of affordable housing, said, well, maybe we can find some grant money, and we found the grant.
The results shared with the City Commission a year ago highlighted 3 areas of improvement in all types of housing situations. These solutions include neighborhood revitalization projects that make sure infrastructure in areas of the community meet direct needs, adding an inspection process and rental agreements, and working to make home ownership more accessible by building moderately sized family homes. Kerr says their work has to continue to build on the solutions identified.
Like, we need to take action. And without that pressure on our elected officials, I think that things like this can kind of sit around and stagnate.
Representatives from the city's landlord association could not be reached for a comment. From Manhattan, Macy Burning for MHK All Day.
To learn more about how to join Renters Together to organize safe and affordable housing in Manhattan, visit www.renterstogether.org. Coming up after the break, how has Kansas State Cheer been prepping for the NCAA College Nationals competition? Then, what are K-State doing to prep for graduation?
front has kind of moved into the stadium. Beautiful day and music's loud. The fans are on their feet.
Wilnet crushes it to left, and K-State leads 8-1. The 1-2, a swing and a miss. Reaps it to center. Long run for Mertz. He can't get there. K-State has added 5 here this 6th inning. K-State will run the option. Here's Skylar Thompson. He walks it in. Walks it in for Antonio Gordon. Here's the shot and he's got it. And it is Kansas State, courtesy of Brent Carlson. Side of the box, crossing, wide open, the shot.
Thompson right away. That ball is gone.
She gets the ball back, goes up strong, scores, and one.
Upon arrival, I'm like, oh, these people love football. Like, these people are nuts about Kansas State. And Saturday morning, I mean, swarms of people outside of the stadium tailgate. We come in, it's about 45 minutes before game time. The stadium's packed. And I'm like, this is the atmosphere. Whenever I dream of playing college football, this is exactly what I see. The chants, the music, everything. And just throughout the entire game, I mean, it was just a place I knew I had to be.
Welcome back to Channel 8. And for the past few months, the K-State cheer team has been training to compete at the NCAA College Nationals competition. Usually the competition is held on the beach in Daytona, Florida, but because of COVID this year, it will be virtually, meaning that every team has to send in an unedited video for the NCAA judges to score and determine a winner. Riley Redmond, a member of the Kansas State College team cheer, shares how they have prepared.
Yeah, so we're working really hard for the past 2 months with practicing 4 times a week for nationals, and we get COVID tested every Monday as a precaution, and we're submitting our videos soon, and we're just excited to see the results.
Well, for the first time in a whole year, K-State students will be able to finally walk across the stage. I spoke with a K-State graduate and a K-State undergraduate who are walking in the graduation ceremony this spring with one thing in common. While graduation is an exciting time for most K-State students, there's also a raising uncertainty around this time. K-State student Jasmine Johnson and K-State graduate Shalia Thomas are both walking during this year's graduation ceremony with one thing in common. They both are looking for a job. According to the National Center for Education Statistics, 87% of graduates graduate without having a job. With that in mind, I spoke with K-State graduate Shalia Thomas to find out if her tassel was worth the hassle.
Thing I did learn was like not having a job and constantly getting rejected from different jobs. It just helped me to really hype myself up more.
While Thomas' advice is to keep pushing forward despite the rejection, Johnson is still feeling nervous of not knowing what she will do after graduation.
I might have to move back home with my parents. It's something I don't want to do, but I'm okay with doing. So
Johnson continues applying for jobs and hopes she will secure a job by the beginning of the summer. According to the University of Washington, there's a myth that if you have a college degree, you have a job. The fact is that approximately 53% of college graduates are unemployed or working in a job that doesn't require a bachelor's degree. It takes the average college student 3 to 6 months to secure employment after graduation. In Manhattan, Bernie Harkins, Channel 8 News. Handshake is another resource recommended for college students to use in order to secure employment. For information on how to sign up for Handshake, it is available on Kansas State University Career Center website. With what looks like a rainy start to the weekend, Daisy will give us our full weather forecast. And with the summer approaching, when is the best time to fill up your swimming pool? Find out next.
Like a purple front has kind of moved into the stadium. Beautiful day and music's loud. The fans are on their feet.
Wilnet crushes it to left, and K-State will run the option. Here's Skylar Thompson. He walks it in. Walks it in for Antonio Gordon. Here's the shot of the step. And it is Kansas State, courtesy of Ben Carlson. Side of the box, crossing, wide open, the shot.
Thompson right away. That ball is gone.
She gets the ball back, goes up strong, scores, and one.
Upon arrival, I'm like, oh, these people love football. Like, these people are nuts about Kansas State. And Saturday morning, I mean, swarms of people outside of the stadium tailgating. We come in, it's about 45 minutes before game time. The stadium's packed. And I'm like, this is the atmosphere. Whenever I dream of playing college football, this is exactly what I see. The chants, the music, everything. And just throughout the entire game, I mean, it was just a place I knew I had to be.
We'll now go to Daisy to see how Manhattan residents need to start filling their pools and what to expect for this week's forecast. Daisy?
Thanks, Bernie. Since spring is in full gear, residents are wondering when they can start hopping in the pool. But the answer isn't that easy. While you're able to tan on your porch, public and apartment pools have to wait on the right temperatures. Doug Rasmussen is in charge of maintenance at Woodway Apartments. He says no later than May 31st.
Well, a couple reasons. One is that when temperatures get down to 30 degrees or so, that it may be nice and warm and sunshiny during the day, but as soon as your toe hits that water, you're going to be heading out because it's going to be cold. And the other factor is that water freezes at 32 degrees and below, and anytime it drops down below that, if it freezes, damages that pool equipment, then we're not going to be opening the pool by the 31st. It'll be just whenever we can get the equipment repaired.
Now coming up on our national temperatures, in the northeast area of the U.S., we have a lot of rain and mid-60s. As you come to the south, you'll have some sun and mostly cloudy though. Louisiana right now is getting hit with a huge storm. Coming into the Midwest, we'll have a lot of cloudy weather, anywhere from mid-40s to like the 70s in the south. And on our west coast area, a lot of sun. Going to be some really nice spring temperatures there. Going into our Kansas weather now. In the west side of Kansas, we're going to have like the lower 40s to maybe mid-40s. We're going to actually have this cold front push over to the east, and we'll have those like upper 50s and lower 60s are actually going to be colder weather, which will be some rain coming up in this 24-hour forecast. So right now we're looking at cloudy this evening with 54 degrees around there, and a lot of rain tomorrow. So we're going to see rain throughout the morning and the afternoon, and not really hitting over the mid-40s. Going into our 5-day forecast, we're actually going to see the 59 degrees today, and it's going to be all cloudy. Tomorrow, like I said, we're going to see a lot of rain, not really peaking over the 50 degrees. Saturday, high of 54 and a lot of clouds still. Sunday, we're actually going to have the sun peak out just a little bit with a high of 62 and a low of 37, and 66 on Monday with a whole lot of sun and a low of 32. That's all we have for weather this week. Back to you, Bernie.
Up next, a former K-State high jumper was awarded a gold medal 9 years later. And later, how the plunging into the ice-cold water raised money for a local group at K-State.
Kind of always really been interested in interior design since I was little. And it's an art, it's like a creative outlet, but there's also this problem-solving aspect to it as well. So it's just like a puzzle, and there's also not really a right or wrong answer to it. I love it though. The best part about design is you get so caught up in it and you just get your flow going. You just get kind of lost in it. Oh, I love it.
Please direct your attention to the pride of Wildcat Land, the Kansas State University Marching Band.
A great environment it is here at Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
It's time for the Wabash Cannonball.
This crowd, this is energetic. This is perfect.
This atmosphere, it's just different.
The one, the only, the pride of Wildcat Land, the Kansas State University Marching Band.
what the radio station has done for me, it has allowed me to use my public speaking capabilities and provide it into a entertaining way. I would say the fact that most of the classes I've taken have not just been fluff, like they feel like they've actually prepared me for the world. If all things go well, working there might have gotten me a job.
Off the dribble, and it is showtime!
Welcome back. Sports reporter Jacob Hall took a look into how Eat the Frog Fitness is training its clients to perform at their best and how one K-State high jumper finally received the gold. Jacob?
Thanks, Bernie. In a booming fitness industry, one company with a catchy name and Olympic lineage has burst onto the scene in 3 years of business with locations ranging from Canada to Naples, Florida. In 2021, Manhattan was the city up next to offer clients science-based workouts in a fun and inclusive environment. Drew Neubauer is a member at Eat the Frog Fitness in Manhattan, where the program, designed by 2008 decathlon gold medalist Brian Clay, gives clients low-impact, science-based workouts.
It was a completely different workout than any sort of gym or any other class that I've ever done in my past.
Ross Matheny and his wife Lauren are the owners of the new facility, with the name stemming from a Mark Twain quote that inspired Clay during his quest for gold.
And it's just this champion's mindset of, hey, if something's difficult or tough, just attack it and you'll be better for it.
Lauren serves as the head coach and has seen a variety of age ranges and fitness levels in her classes.
In that session that we just had, we had 82-year-olds, and then probably our youngest in that was 25. So with that, obviously different needs, different options needed.
The three main focuses of the program are cardio, strength, and agility, all designed to translate to everyday life.
Our technology allows us to mesh the best of personal training with the community of a small group.
Once clients walk through the doors, the coaches take great pride in leading workouts that allow people to have a stress-free hour.
There's a lot of life things that happen outside of those doors, so I want them to come in and have this be a refreshing hour, the best hour of the day.
For Neubauer, he enjoys the dynamics of the workouts as well as the ability to be in a team environment.
You're all in the same class pushing each other. It's not necessarily about how much weight you lift or how many reps you can do in a certain amount of time. It's just all, you do it at your own pace.
Eat the Frog Fitness is a 24/7 facility with virtual in-studio sessions every hour on the hour to go along with their in-person sessions offered. More information can be found at eatthefrogfitness.com. K-State alum Eric Kennard Jr. has his own experience winning Olympic medals. In the 2012 Summer Olympics, he won the silver medal in the high jump. However, it was recently announced by the Court of Arbitration for Sport that Russian high jumper Ivan Yukov would be stripped of his gold medal, making way for Kennard to claim the gold medal after the games ended 9 years ago. After getting swept last weekend at Texas, the K-State baseball team kicked off a 12-game homestand this week, getting back into the win column against Northern Colorado. The team will be back on the diamond this weekend for a Big 12 series against Oklahoma in front of a newly implemented 50% capacity at Tointon Family Stadium.
It's given us a great opportunity here to make a jump and get back to our winning ways and play at home and take advantage of that luxury. And then, we got to play better in league. So that's a great opportunity to do that at home. But we have the right guys to do it.
After wrapping up the spring volleyball season, freshman Aaliyah Carter was named Big 12 Freshman of the Year, joining former Wildcat Kylie Zumbach, who took home the honor in 2014. During the season, Carter was named Big 12 Rookie of the Week 5 times and had 6 matches with at least 20 kills. That's all we have for sports this week. Back to you at the desk, Bernie.
Coming up on how a local organization raised money through an ice cold plunge.
Kansas State's athletic program does not like to postpone until tomorrow what can be accomplished today.
It's going to be tied into Bramlage with some upgrades to Bramlage in terms of the Legends Room. Is now going to be 7 times bigger than it currently is, with new entrances on the east and west side. So that facility, the South End Zone project, is going to touch both Bramlage in a very positive way, and obviously finish off the stadium look and feel.
I actually started out in mechanical engineering, and I realized that I liked a lot more of the sciences and chemistries and biology classes that came with engineering. So then I decided to try out chemical engineering first, and I really enjoyed chemical engineering. The engineering degree also opens a lot of opportunities into other fields. Hoping to go to law school after I graduate to study patent law. It's a really good opportunity to take what you had learned with your engineering degree and apply it more so in a law or government-based application.
He'll take it down on Jacobson. Off to McGurl. Layup. Yes! Fielded at the 48. Here's Brooks to the 25-20. He's going to score! Wildcat touchdown!
He crushes it.
K-State, I think, has made me comfortable taking a leadership position. As a computer scientist, the leadership experience and how well you communicate with others is often overlooked by most people. I'm a section leader in the K-State marching band, so it definitely made pursuing, those leadership opportunities more easily. If you demonstrate proficiency in those skills, then that really sets you apart, and I think that really has to go into why I ultimately got the internship.
Last Saturday, the Special Olympics of Kansas hosted the Manhattan Polar Plunge. The fundraising goal of $13,000 was reached, and with all the money going toward Special Olympics athletes of Kansas. Contests were held for best costume, top fundraising individual and group, as well as the team with the most participants. Sigma Tau Gamma, who won the highest raised money for a fraternity award, had 11 members plunge, including Vice President Drew Willer, who was touched by what this means to be in the community. Stay tuned next week for a Fort Riley story that will blow your socks off. Remember, take time for yourself, help somebody else, and we hope to see you right back here for more on Channel 8 News.
This is Channel 8 News.